Hello students, our new chapter, our environment. New chapter, our environment. You are familiar with this word of the environment. Everything which are present are surrounded. Everything which are surrounded me and you, these are included into the environment. You more times see these words in movies, in newspaper, when people are talking with each other. For example, we work in a healthy environment. Now that environment are changed, which are previous time compared with previous time. Now environment becomes changed, and the effect of global warming, the environment are become in more heater or more have the more temperature due to the effect of global warming. So in our environment included everything which are surrounded me and you. Everything which are surrounded me are included into the environment. And one topic which you study in this chapter, ecosystem. Ecosystem. For example, many living organisms live in any area. Living organisms present everywhere. For example, present into the pond, into water, into the grassland, into forest, into air. Everywhere present the living organism. And that living organism interact with each other. For example, that living organism is present into the water. They are interacting with each other and control their growth also. For example, some living organisms present into the grass land. For example, grasshopper, frog, some bird, some bacteria, fungi, some living organisms present into the grassland. These are interacting with each other and control their growth also. So what is the definition of ecosystem? The definition of ecosystem, the living organisms which are interacting with each other, present in the area, the living organisms which are interacting with each other, which are interacting with each other, interacting with each other, live in the area, the living organisms which are interacting with each other, live in the area, live in an area with non-living system, with non-living system, with non-living system, make ecosystem, make ecosystem. The living organisms which are interacting with each other, live in the area with the non-living factor, with the non-living factor system बोलेंगे, with the non-living factor, with the non-living factor make the ecosystem, make the ecosystem. Means जो लिविंग ऑर्गेनिजम्स है, जो एक दूसरे को अफेक्ट कर रहे हैं, जो एक दूसरे से इंटरेक्ट हो रहे हैं, वो नॉन लिविंग फैक्टर के द्वारा Non-living factor ले लेंगे and living factor. Both are included in an ecosystem. We take the example. For example, of a grassland. For example, of grassland. Example, grassland. For example, grassland. In grassland, there are some living factors and non-living factors. Living factor and non-living factor. In living factor, plant, grasshopper, frog, some bird. These are included in living factors, etc. It may be some bacteria, some fungi, and fungi, etc. In non-living factors, air, water, rain, sunlight, temperature, etc. These are the non-living factors. So what is the definition of ecosystem? Living organisms which are interacting with each other. They are interacting with each other, live in an area. With non-living factors, these are the non-living factors. With non-living factors, make an ecosystem. Listen one again. The living organisms which are interacting with each other live in an area. With non-living factors, they are made ecosystem. There are many types of ecosystems. We take the example of grassland ecosystem. So in grassland ecosystem, there are some living factors which are included. Plant, grasshopper, frog, bird, bacteria, fungi. There are some living factors. Bacteria and fungi. There are some living factors which are interacting with each other, and there are non-living factors. Air, water, rainfall, sunlight, temperature. These are the non-living factor of an ecosystem. Okay. So every ecosystem has two factors. One is a living factor and another is a non-living factor. Okay. There are many types of ecosystems. And one more thing, ecosystems are self-sustaining. It means their all necessary are completed by an ecosystem. For example, into the grassland ecosystem, every organism which live into the grassland, they fulfill their every need from these ecosystem. For example, there are some grasshoppers which are needed to food or nutrients. These grasshoppers complete their nutrients by the food. by the plant. For example, there are some frogs which also need the nutrients. So you know that frogs are eating many insects. So frogs are take some grasshopper and other insects which are present into the grassland ecosystem. And you know that there are some birds which are linked to the grassland. They also need the nutrients. They feed on the insects and the frogs, and some insect may be present, small insect present into this ecosystem. So every ecosystem is a self-sustaining. It means there are needs, are necessary, are completed by this ecosystem. And another things, every living organism also needs some non-living factors. For example, these plant, grasshopper, frog, birds, these are need of air. So these, where the need of air? For the respiration or oxidation of nutrient material for the extraction of energy. It means respiration. So these are also need the air and need the water. Plants also need the water, and grasshopper, frog, birds, and every organism or living system also needs the water. Plants need the water for the making synthesis their food or glucose. Synthesis their food or glucose. Okay. And sunlight also. Sunlight provides the radiant energy or solar energy to the plant for synthesis their food or glucose. Temperature also needs. Why? Because there are every animal lives in a moderate range of temperature. Moderate range of temperature. For example, we and you are can live in temperature approx from 10 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. But above the 45, 50, we can't survive or we facing the many problems. Okay? So there are need of moderate temperature which are regulated by the sunlight. Okay? So every ecosystem is a self-sustaining. Okay? We take up an example. These are called as ecosystems. These are many types of ecosystems. For example, grassland ecosystem, forest ecosystem, and pond ecosystem. Pond ecosystem, desert, grassland ecosystem, forest ecosystem, pond ecosystem. Okay, etc. These are the ecosystems. We take an example. For example, in the science exhibition or everywhere, we can make an ecosystem, pond ecosystem. Okay. So in these ecosystems, there are necessity of some living organisms. So we take an ecosystem, for example, aquarium. Aquarium is an artificial ecosystem. Aquarium is an artificial ecosystem. Aquarium is an artificial ecosystem. So we take the subspecies and put into the glass and make the aquarium. Okay. There are some things which are put into the aquarium. We make an ecosystem. Okay. So there are need of some space where fishes are trained and swimming, and there are also need the these fish are need the nutrient material. So we buy the food which are present in market. The food are nutrient material, and the where is the ecosystem. Some nutrient material, some of the food or fish food which are available in the market, they put into the aquarium. Fish are also need the water. So fill the water. These glass vessels fill from the water, and you know that every living organism needs the air for respiration. So these fish are machines. These fish are machines which are blow the air. Which are blow the air. So aeration. These fish are machines which are blow the air into the aquarium for maintaining the oxygen and air, dissolved air into the water. Okay. So this is a machine for aeration. Suppose that you make these aquariums self-sustaining. It is not necessary to see the many times for the aeration and the breathing. What you can do, because you are not want to aeration from external side. You want these aquariums are self-sustaining. They self-maintaining the oxygen balance and other air quality into the water. So we add some aquatic plants. Add some aquatic plant into the water. And the aquatic plant. Okay. Okay. We add some aquatic plant. Okay. When we add some aquatic plant into this tank, then the plant, by the help of photosynthesis, they make the food which are available for the fish, and they also release the oxygen. Which are mixed into the water. So now, when you add, there are some aquatic plants. Now their aquarium are self-sustaining. Why? Because you have no need for aeration for external side, and no need for maintaining availability of food for buying the market. Why? Because their aquarium, their aquatic plants are synthesis of food which are available for the fish. But it is mandatory the fish are herbivorous. Okay, it means fish are eat the food which are produced by plants. Okay, so these now these are self-sustaining ecosystems. But you know that there are need of clean aquarium after some time. But you never clean the pond and lakes in this manner. You never clean the pond or lake or sea. But you need the clean of this aquarium. Why need the clean of this aquarium? What is the purpose for cleaning? Answer is that there are some excretory products, some fishes which are dead, some plants which are dead, they are accumulated into the aquarium. but into the pond there are other organisms which are known as decomposer, which are known as decomposer. Which are known as decomposer. These decomposer are decay or break down into simpler substance of these dead animal, dead plant or fecal matter. These fecal matter or dead plant or animals are decomposed by these decomposers. So, into the plant and lake, there are many presence of decomposers. Decomposers are bacteria or fungi. Bacteria or fungi. These are bacteria and fungi are break down the fish body and plant body and their fecal matter into the simpler substance, and these simpler substance are get dissolved into the soil. And next time any other developing plant, these decomposed substance or minerals next time take by their root and synthesis the other material, for example food and everything. Okay, so these decomposers are decompose these dead fishes body and dead plant bodies and break down into the simpler substance. These simpler substances are mixed into the soil, and these simpler substances are mixed into the soil, are minerals mixed into the soil, and next time these developing plants absorb these nutrients and minerals and materials and use for synthesis of another things. Okay. Okay. Every ecosystem has these organisms are arranged in some level, which are also known as trophic level. For example, these ecosystem of grassland ecosystem. For example, in grassland ecosystem, they maintain some trophic level. All green plants make the one trophic level, and some animals or insects which are directly depend on the green plants. For example, insect, and it may be into the grassland. There are maybe some rabbit, some rat, and other animals which are also depend on the plant. Insect, rat, rabbit. These are the secondary trophic levels, and some other organisms depend on these organisms. For example, frog, it may be frog, it may be some bird, some small bird. These are the other trophic levels. And this trophic level, large bird. Okay, these are the next trophic level. So in every ecosystem, for example, these are the grassland ecosystem. These are the first trophic level. These are the first trophic level. These are the second trophic level. second trophic level, and these are the third trophic level, and fourth trophic level. Fourth trophic level. Okay. So these are first trophic level, second trophic level, third trophic level, and fourth trophic level. And in every ecosystem, there are trophic levels. There are different type of trophic levels. When you see in their biomass, अगर आप इसके वैल्यूम को देखेंगे, first trophic level have the large biomass. It means in every grassland ecosystem, you have when you collect the all grasses, all green plants from the grassland, this is higher into the biomass compared to the insects which are dependent on the grasses. So these biomass are decreasing in their size in every ecosystem. Okay? These biomass are decreasing. These biomass are decreasing in every ecosystem. These biomass are decreasing in every ecosystem. Have the higher biomass or larger biomass at the base side. For example, all green plants are when you collect the all green plants, and these have the more biomass compared to the second trophic level, third and fourth trophic level. Okay. One more thing. In every ecosystem, first trophic level is known as producer. Is known as producer. In every ecosystem, the first trophic level is known as producer. Why? Because these are produce the food for all living beings or all living animals which are present in this ecosystem. So these are known as producers. For example, in aquarium, which are artificial ecosystem, we add some aquatic plants which are helping to the synthesis of food. So these are the producers. And these insects, rat, rabbit, frog, bird, large bird, these animals don't have the capacity, don't have the capability to synthesize the food. So these insect, rat, rabbit, frog, bird, large bird depend directly or indirectly on the producer. So these are collectively known as consumer. These are collectively known as consumer. Understand? Consumer are also classified in different levels. For example, that consumer which are directly depend on the plant, these are known as herbivorous. Okay? These are known as herbivorous consumers. Consumers are also classified on the basis of their food habits. The consumers which are directly depend on the producer is known as herbivorous. Okay. And the consumer which are not directly depend on the grass, they are depend on the herbivorous. They are depend on the herbivorous. They are known as carnivorous. They are known as carnivorous are some type of consumer which are depend on the herbivorous animals and producers also. For example, they take the green plants or product of the green plant and also depend on the herbivores. These are known as omnivores. These are known as omnivores. So herbivorous, carnivorous, omnivorous, it may be they are different type of consumer in an ecosystem. Okay. Thank you for today.